Next up is the UAE Sport Bike Championship, and it's been a thrilling start to the 2008-2009 season. A quick look back at race day 2, and it was veteran Rod Scott who dominated the 1000cc class, winning both races. However, this weekend may prove a little more difficult for all the regular 1000cc competitors, with the introduction of 2 international riders, Qatari Meshal Al-Naimi and South African Arushan Moodley.
So it's a lot of fun riding down here. The competition in South Africa is quite tough, but the Aprilia is an awesome bike, and it allows you to do a lot of things that you wouldn't expect to be able to do on a bike.
Well, there's no doubt the pace of the 2 international riders has raised 1 or 2 eyebrows amongst the regular competitors.
As you know, today we've got a few new hot competitors this weekend. So we've got the young guy, South African Superbike champion. He's here this weekend, and he's really fast. Also the lads from Qatar are here, Qatar champion, very fast. They're about half my weight, less than half my age, but we'll have some fun today for sure. It should be good racing.
Well, things have changed today. Everything has changed. The whole bike setup has changed because of the problems I was facing last time. I have new problems now. Well, those problems are sorted. And we have 2 professionals today with us, so we're looking forward to improving ourselves, but I think being up in the first 3 is going to be tough today.
So a quick look at the starting grid, and the 2 international riders making their mark already, with Al-Naimi on pole and Moodley second. Behind them is Abdulaziz Bakr in third, Jazar Motiwala fourth. Fifth is Grant Yake, and 6th Rod Scott. So on to race 1 of the UAE Sport Bike Championship, and a great start for Meshal Al-Naimi and Arushan Moodley. And it was Al-Naimi who showed his experience early in the race by quickly opening up a gap over his rivals. Further down the field, and it's a scramble between the stock and super stock bikes, with the whole field jostling for places. Meanwhile at the front, it was Meshal Al-Naimi who was continuing to open up a commanding lead. However, plenty of time to go yet in the race, and Arushan Moodley and Abdulaziz Bakr weren't about to give up just yet. Further down the field, and the stock bike race was well and truly on. But back at the front, at second place Arushan Moodley had just about shaken off Saudi rider Abdulaziz Bakr. Slightly down the field, and a battle for 4th, 5th and 6th place. Grant Yake here on the new Suzuki, just ahead of Jazar Motiwala and Rod Scott. And just behind them was Hussein Al-Kahiji on the Yamaha R6, 9th overall, but leading the stock bike class. Meanwhile, back at the front, and it was the Qatari Meshal Al-Naimi who was giving a demonstration of his speed and agility on board the Honda. And just behind him, and South African rider Arushan Moodley on the Aprilia was firmly in 2nd place. Then came Abdulaziz Bakr in 3rd place, and doing his best to stick with the blistering pace set by the leaders. And behind him the battle was still on amongst the rest of the regular 1000cc riders, Grant Yake staying ahead of veteran Rod Scott. Elsewhere down the field, and Hussein Al-Kahiji was out on his own, and holding on to his 1st place in the superbike class. Back at the front, and Al-Naimi wasn't letting up at all, pulling out a 6-second lead over the 2nd place Arushan Moodley. Further down the field, and Grant Yake was clearly enjoying the power of his new 1000cc Suzuki, keeping the veteran Rod Scott at bay. Out in front though, and it was Meshal Al-Naimi in a class of his own, and looking set for a debut win here in Dubai. Back down the field, and Jazar Motiwala had managed to break free from Grant Yake and Rod Scott. Motiwala now in 4th place, Yake 5th and Scott 6th. Behind them, and barring a fall, Hussein Al-Kahiji was looking set for another win in the superbike class. But at the front, there was only ever one likely winner, and it was Meshal Al-Naimi doing a little showboating as he crossed the finish line. So confirmation of the results, and Al-Naimi first, followed by Moodley second, and Abdulaziz Bakr third. Fourth was Jassar Motiwala, fifth Grant Yake, and sixth Rod Scott. Seventh overall was Pascal Grosjean, but winning the Superstock class. And ninth overall, Hussein Al-Kahiji, but winning the Stock Bike class. So it was a very pleased Michel Al-Naimi who took top step on the podium on his debut outing in Dubai. But disappointment for the riders and fans in race 2 of the Superbikes. They had their second race of the day reduced to just 7 laps after a lengthy stoppage in the touring car race. The fading light cutting short the excitement. But another win nevertheless for the Qatari rider Michel Al-Naimi. So a quick look at the results of race 2 and almost a repeat of race 1. Al-Naimi first, Moodley second and Bakr third. Fourth Grant Yake, fifth Motiwala and sixth overall Pascal Grosjean, but winning the Superstock class once again. And that's all we have time for this week. Join us again next time for race day 4 of the UAE National Race Day Series.